change anything else. But we're just going to get the fuck out of here. So I'm curious. Oh, hello there. Has the sound changed at all, or is it still exactly as it sounded? I'm going to be sharing this out with Big Tyrone now. I definitely am not going to be sharing this out with anyone. Thanks. No, thanks, same. They still sound like a bitch. Well, coming from you, that says a lot. Cheeky fuck. Okay, then these aren't working with it. It will not pick up this microphone for some reason, so we leave them in their case and fuck that shit. Where are sweets you were lied to? I never lied to you. I would not do such a thing. They're in the mail. I need everybody's address individually, and you can get your sweets. Oh, Magoo, thank you very much for the gifts up to Loyal. Much appreciated. Very kind of you. Seamus O'Malley, what the fuck are you talking about? Awesome, send your details now. Yep. Go for it. I'll send you over a nice packet of boiled sweets. Or Irish toffee. You want sweets now? What do you want, Costa? You can stop off at the garage on the way. Man in the van with the candy's gone digital. Yeah, exactly. Just send me all your addresses and your details, and you'll receive stuff in the mail. And that at all doesn't sound like I'm trying to kidnap you. Well, I mean, I couldn't possibly kidnap you. Damn it, you fell for it again. No, I wasn't talking to you, Zoe, right? Bitches don't get candy. Bitches get slapped. That's how it works. Was there at least one puppy? I don't know that I'd send a puppy in the mail, because, you know, it might die that way. But I can send puppy pictures. Midget abuse? You're not a midget. 5 foot isn't a midget. You have to be at least, I think, 3 inches smaller, and then you can call it midget abuse. And you're not, so you can't. Ha. I don't know. Oh, there are all the puppy emotes. There you go, puppy pictures. I did take some very cute pictures of Ben the other day, actually. I must add, I think I got a video as well. I must add it to the Discord. As it was rather cute and showed his chaotic energy very well. This is a little shit. But however. So this is the fun part where we stay on this road for about 2 hours. Something like that. Just a straight drive all the way. Which is one very handy thing about this drive. There's not a lot of changing. Not a lot of turn-offs until you obviously get to the last little bit, and then there's a lot of going all over the shop. Because it likes to send me in some strange places. And that's where we trigger a kill, because I'm not going the way he would have gone. He would have told me to go a different way, because he knows better than Google, which I'm not taking the piss when I say that. He definitely does know better than Google when it comes to that, but you know, I just follow what Google tells me. Cruise control? I don't have cruise control, Costa. Come on, don't you think of driving your car? It's an 07 Focus. Where the fuck would I get cruise control in that? The funny part is, it now switches to full-on motorway, 120 speed limit, and this is what we're going, because, you know, traffic. She's not saying I beat it. No, she is not. That's what my last car was, though. That, actually, generally speaking, they're pretty good, because they're Volkswagen engines. And Volkswagen engines are usually built fucking ridiculously good. But that one was a bitch for me. It was like, I had this weird problem that no mechanic I went to could figure out where It looks about 60k. It's less, if that even. Yeah, it was 50 until I hit this point. Yeah, my last ADB that had this. Now it turned out apparently it was the coil packs, but that had been checked and they were fine. But it would drive. If I was driving long distance, it would be grand. The car drive fine, not a problem. But if I was doing city driving where there's a lot of stop start, the engine would cut out constantly. And I'd be in the middle of the motorway and the engine, I'd have stopped and the engine would cut out. And then it'd take me 2 or 3 tries to get it to start up again. That shit was a stressful car to drive. Especially if you were going short drives. Like, far enough that you had to drive there, but still, like, city driving, so you had to, fuck, I'm going blind here. You had to stop and start a lot. That shit was horrible. Saying the beat is where it's at. Yeah, I don't know about that. Right, we've picked up and we are now in Kildare, so we have now left Dublin. Your car isn't worth 60k, but thank you. Costic's cars, no, I'm not talking about. No, never mind. Costic's not allowed to drive those kind of cars anymore. That's all I'll say. It's not right, Costic. Self-imposed ban for a reason. Something satisfying about this sort of stream, you don't know what it is. Funnily enough, there's quite a few people who've said that. Why is Stream Elements now saying I'm live when I've already... Oh, whatever. Stream Elements, stop being weird. Yeah, there seems to be a few people who, like... I don't know whether it's the... I mean, as much as I'm saying I'd like to eliminate road noise, there is that kind of dull hum of the tyres on the roads that is almost like a lullaby to a point of just... It's a constant noise. It's not too loud. So that, combined with just visuals and some prick talking, can, you know, be that way. Or you can get sick of the sound of my voice, you know. Either way, I do think it's the road sounds as well, to be honest. I mean, I can just shut up for the entire stream if you prefer and you can just listen to that. Are we nearly at their stream? No, we're not nearly there yet. I've literally just gotten into Kildare, and although I should be doing 120 on this road, I'm doing 30. It's fucking ridiculous. It's like a sleep cast. Maybe it's because you're not in traffic yourself. The noise isn't. Yeah, well, that's it. If you're in traffic, traffic can be stressful, but I mean, it just depends on how much of a hurry you are, or you're in. Like, I'm in no massive hurry. I'm not going to be late for anything. The lads aren't kind of waiting for me going, fucker, if you're not here by X time, we miss out on doing X thing, you know. So there's no stress involved in this drive. If I want to stop a few times, I can stop a few times. If I just want to keep going, I just keep going, you know. So for me, it's not a stressful drive. And it's, I mean, the view on the way is pretty lovely. Although it's just one long fucking road, there's lots of lovely trees, and there's one point I absolutely love when I pass this point. We should get there in about half an hour maybe, where there's a massive giant stone violin on the side of the hill on the motorway. It looks fucking amazing. I love it every time. Actually, no, sorry, that's way further, I think. I could be getting confused there. You're not telling me to do what I think you're doing. No, you're not, correct. Yeah, this is a pretty... Fuck, why not here? The beer's getting warm. Look, don't worry about the beer getting warm. It'll be cool soon after. And we can just drink the mead instead, because that doesn't have to be chilled. I do have a bottle of the honey drops for ages, and I brought extra because I know Anya was wanting one, so I have one for Anya as well. And I think I might have an extra spare just in case. And I did bring 3 of the 4 bottles of my experimental. So you're getting a bottle each of that, and then we can crack a bottle as well. Lurking, work. No worries, dude. You gotta do your work, man. Thank you for the lurk. You do your thing. It's all good. Fuck me though, this is pretty bad for traffic. This is not what I expected. This is kind of where I'm going, I probably should have left at like 10 or 11 this morning instead. But you know, it won't be too much longer on this kind of traffic, and it should be pretty decent because there's not going to be a shit ton of people going to Mayo at this time. You have to try some of that meat shit when you next visit. Yeah, absolutely. If I don't have a bottle of the OG one, I'm sure I'll have a bottle of some at the moment, of some kind. I will be doing another brew soonish, hopefully. And maybe another one in Meath with the lads, depending on how things go. I might be spending a bit of time there in January, and yeah, we'll brew another one if that is the case. See what we end up with. So there might be a few different kinds. I intend to kind of lose a couple of those bottles that I've bottled, put them somewhere and kind of make sure I forget about them, make sure I never discover it for like a year or two and then suddenly happen upon it. I think that would be much better. I might even actually intentionally get a case for a few and essentially sell her a few of them. You volunteered to hide one. That's a great idea. A great idea, Chris. I like it. Now, what I'm thinking I might actually do, I could either do one of two things. I could get smaller bottles so we have essentially just the sample size and a sampling of every one I do from here on out. Or I could get one bottle of every one and put it away for a minimum of a year. Or 2. We could even say like until it's 2 years old it can't be touched, and date it and do that kind of shit. I don't know, we'll see. If we start getting into a lot more batches, then I'll do something like that. But until such a point, there's no real need. Right, well, this is picking up a bit anyway, so that's something. So we're coming up to Mayo turn off as well, so there'll be quite a bit of traffic going from Mayo. Now I do want to try something here, and this is a high possibility that this might kill the stream again. If that is the case, it will be started back up within a couple of minutes, so don't worry too much about it. But I need to check if this works.